Question number 1, page number 143. Application of gravitational force. How does the force of gravitation between two objects change? Okay. Now, first of all, consider two objects. Object number 1, object number 2, having mass m1 and m2 separated by a distance r. Now they have said that how does the force of gravitation? Here, force of gravitation is F. How does force of gravitation changes when distance between these two objects reduces to half? Now we consider another case in which we have object 1, same object, object 2. Now what happened? The distance between these two objects reduces to half. Initially the distance between them is r, and according to statement distance between them reduces to half, r by 2. Clear? They have not mentioned about mass, therefore mass remains same, m1 and m2. This is the initial case and this is the final case. Initially both objects having mass m1 and m2 separated by distance r. Now we have to calculate how does the force of gravitation changes when distance reduces to half. Initially distance is r, then r by 2. Let us take r is equal to 10. After that the distance will become 5 meter. Therefore, for initial case, what is force of gravitation? Fi. I represent initial. That is g, gravitational constant. Product of masses m1, m2 divided by distance between them is r square. This is equation number 1. Now applying force of gravitation to final case. Therefore, we have final force which is equal to capital G. Product of masses m1, m2 divided by square of distance between them. What about distance between them? R by 2. Therefore, this force will thus become capital G m1, m2. Solve this. This is r square by 4. Here, this r square by 4 when goes above, this will become 4 is in division. Therefore, 4 will become in multiplication. 4 g1 m1 m2 by r square. This is the final force. Final force we have this. Therefore, give this equation number 2. Divide equation 2 by equation 1. Hence, on dividing equation 2 by 1, we have final force divided by initial force is equal to, what about final force? This is 4g m1 m2 divided by r square. What about initial force? G m1 m2 by r square. If you see this factor, this whole factor get cancelled out. We have final force divided by initial force is equal to 4, or we can write here as final force is equal to this initial get multiplied 4 times initial force. That is, if initial force is 10, then final force will become 4 times. 4 into 10 is equal to 40. This will become only when distance reduces to half. Okay, initially the distance is r, final is r by 2, because they have mentioned when distance between them is reduced to half, we have taken initial r reduced to half. How does the force of gravitation changes? Final force is 4 times of initial force. आपको क्या करना है? आपको हर क्वेश्चन में, इस टाइप के क्वेश्चन में इनिशियल केस यही कंसीडर करना है जो आपको पता है. We know from gravitational law that force is equal to product of masses divided by r square. If they mention the distance become 4 times of the initial distance, then you will write 4 into r. If it is reduced by 4, then r by 4. Substitute this value in final, as the distance is r by 2. Initial distance is r, final is r by 2, half distance, half the original distance. Solve this, then divide. Final will become 4 times of initial force. If initial is 100, then it is 400. 10, then 40. Thank you.